Analysis paralysis. How do you get out of it? Let's talk. What is those, Hamilton? Analysis paralysis. How do you get out of it? Analysis paralysis. How do you get out of it? Recently, I've been talking to a lot of you guys on these customer development calls, and one of the main things that you guys are saying is you're dealing with analysis paralysis. Meaning there's so much info out there and you know exactly what to do. You have your cold email strategy, your Facebook strategy. You know you need to build a website, get on social media, run Facebook ads, do whatever. There's a million things. I'm getting stressed out just talking about it. There's too much to do. So instead of doing one thing, we do nothing. And that, my friends, is analysis paralysis. And that is what we're talking about today. Let's jump into it. Stick around. This video is brought to you by Email 10K. Learn how to book meetings with billion-dollar brands and take your company to the next level at email10k.com. I wanted to share this testimonial video of Mitch Gowdy, who we helped send cold emails a little while ago. And the reason why I want to share his video specifically with you is because he was dealing with analysis paralysis. Let's jump in and I'll give you some tips on how to get through it.
Hey, this is Mitch Gowdy and this is a testimonial video for Alex Berman. I am a part of an integrated marketing and consulting firm, and we also do cold outreach on behalf of our clients. We do cold calls and cold emails, so you'd think I'd do really good at that for my own company, but that's typically what ends up last on the agenda.
So Mitch was dealing with something that a lot of agency owners are dealing with, which is they're great at working for their clients, but they don't do work for themselves. Mitch was running literally a lead generation cold emailing business, and yet couldn't send cold emails for himself. And he's not uncommon. There are so many marketing companies that suck at marketing themselves, but are great for their clients. There are a lot of website development agencies that have terrible websites. And the reason for this is analysis paralysis a lot of the times.
I ended up buying a session with Alex, and I can say every time I've ever paid money for a consultant, an hour of time when they know what they're talking about, I knew Alex knew what he was talking about because of his YouTube channel. I've never regretted it. So I would pull the trigger. For me, I was having trouble with the amount of data I had, the messaging I was going to do. I had so many questions, and I found out what actually the services we offer do, which is just to have another ear on something, help me map out the next steps, which were fairly simple. I just need to pull the trigger.
So for Mitch, what he was dealing with is he had watched a ton of the YouTube content, probably similar to you, ton of the YouTube content. He even had 400 plus cold emails already drafted, and he paid $400 or $500 for an hour of my time back when I used to do this. All we did on this call was look at the email scripts. I messed with the messaging a little bit, and I got him to hit send. He could have given himself permission to hit send. He had all the information, and yet he didn't. He was dealing with, in his words,
and then go from there. But I was having a lot of trouble doing that. I was actually in like analysis paralysis for a good few months. After consulting with Alex,
he was in analysis paralysis for a few months. Some people stay there for years. They're in the, I wish I could start my business, or I want to start my business phase, but I want it all to be perfect. And it's tragic to see this. Mitch could have sent these emails out, gotten data from the market that would have been more valuable than anything he would have paid me for, and he could have gone from there. But instead, he had analysis paralysis and had to break through. And sometimes the way to get through that is to pay for a consulting session or to buy a course like Email 10K. Because when you make a financial commitment like that, you are telling yourself that it's important enough to go for it. And I do that as well. We just hired somebody to review our Facebook ads campaigns. And now, psychologically, I'm committed to Facebook ads. When we did it for YouTube ads, I was committed to YouTube ads and getting it to work. One good way to break through analysis paralysis is to put money down and to say to yourself that this is important to me. I'm committing this money because I actually want to get this done. And I'm sick of spending 3-4 months looking at this data when I know I should be taking action. And that's what Mitch did.
Analysis paralysis for a good few months. After consulting with Alex, within a week, I had over 400 cold emails sent out. And I've gotten a pretty good response rate thus far, and we're going to see where it goes from there. So if you're on the fence about doing something, I would just go ahead and pull the trigger.
Within a week, send out the cold emails. And if this was me, if I was sitting here with, let's say, a bunch of Google ads ready to go, or a newsletter that I hadn't sent out to my list, and I would pay somebody $300 to look at it and then got to send that newsletter, if that was the process I went through, I'd be very happy at the end of it. Not specifically because I sent that newsletter, but more specifically because I learned something about myself. I learned that either I'm already ready to go and I can just do it without hiring consultants, or two, I'm the type of person that needs to put money down before I break through. And that's the easiest way I found to get through analysis paralysis. Say you're gonna commit, it doesn't even have to be $1,000. You're gonna commit $100 to something. So you have all your dreams, everything. Maybe you wanna start a business, you wanna get a girlfriend, you wanna make a movie, like whatever it is. You got your whole things. You wanna make a Grammy Award nominated album. All right, you've got everything in your brain. Now, take $100 and put it at one of those projects. First of all, whichever project you pick is the most important one to you because you're spending $100 on it. And the second thing is now you know psychologically that that's one that you have to take action on because you put $100 down. That's the easiest way I've found to do analysis paralysis. For a more business specific example, let's say you want to grow your business and you have all these different options, Facebook ads, Google ads, cold email, whatever, all this stuff. Take $1,000 and say, hey, I'm gonna buy a course on one of these things and I'm not gonna stop until I get results from whatever course I buy next. Then go ahead and buy email 10K because cold email is the best way to do it. But it could be a Facebook ads course, it could be whatever, and it could be $100, doesn't even have to be $1,000. Take that money, put it into something, and you will either break through your analysis paralysis, or if you spend $1,000 on a cold email course and you don't even send an email, just drop it. You're never gonna do it. If you spend $1,000 on a screenwriting course and don't write a script, you don't want it. And I think it's just better to be honest about that than it is to keep chasing this dream. If you spend $100 on a songwriting course and don't write a song at the end, it's on you. And it's not that you suck. The problem is, it's that you don't want to write a song, or you don't want to start a business, or you don't want to spin up a cold email campaign, or write a movie, or get a girlfriend, or whatever your goal is. And that's totally okay. Stop lying to yourself. Otherwise, you just broke through your analysis paralysis. This video is brought to you by Email 10K. If you want high-paying clients without spending money on paid ads, you might want to watch this. I'm Alex Berman, and I've been able to grow a services business by over $1 million in revenue and get to work with billion-dollar customers. For instance, you ever built a website for a restaurant? You might get $500. But if you build that same website for a financial services firm, they will pay you $50,000 for the exact same website. And that's what this presentation is all about. So click the link below, enter your details, and check out my presentation. It's already helped hundreds of business owners and even complete beginners. So again, make sure you click the link below and let me help you get started. Thanks for watching the video. I'm Alex Berman. Subscribe for more content like this. Smash that like button to encourage this type of content, and I will catch you later. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Berman.